Yes. Yes. The Sacramento Kings win in Sacramento versus the Houston Rockets, 111 to 120 in a very confident and dominant win over one of the top Western Conference rivals. You know me, I call all the teams in the Western Conference rivals. Because in my opinion, the Kings are going up against all these guys for position and rank. So finally, the Kings were able to hold down home court in a royal fashion by holding off this very strong defensive team in the Western Conference. Now, this was a win. This was one good win. Okay. The Kings are 10 and 12. Let's take everything into consideration here. They're still in 12th place. The Western Conference is a very strong division. Right above them is the Timberwolves, who are 10 and 10, and above them is the Spurs, who are 11 and 10, who the Kings are 0 and 2 against this year. So right now, obviously, the Kings would be out of playoff contention and even out of play-in contention. And in first place, we have the Thunder, 16 and 5. Rockets are still in second place, even after that loss. And in third place is now the Mavericks, who are in a tie with the Grizzlies. Right below them is the Clippers, who only have one more loss than them with 9. Hey guys, if you're into Kings news, Kings talk, Kings analysis, anything like that, I ask that you go ahead and click that subscribe button. We're a new channel, but we're trying to grow. Also, go ahead and click that like button. I guarantee you're going to like this information I give you about this past Kings game. Also, hopefully you're here for the whole video. Go ahead and watch the whole video for me and share this content. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully you're here for the whole video. I got some really important things to say about this past game. And I want to say welcome, YouTube, and all my folks out there. And to all you Kings fans. It's your guy, Jay Woods, aka Shy the Man, and I'm back at you with another episode of the Kings Morning After Midday Cup of Joe with Jay.
Ah! I love it.
Yeah. Ooh, it's a refill, but it's doing the job. It's great. It's great. That coffee is good. It's strong too. Got my coffee really strong today. And today is December 4th, 2024. And today is Wednesday.
My name is Humpty, pronounced with the umpty. Yo, ladies, oh, how I like to funk thee.
Hump Day Wednesday.
And just like Humpty Dumpty, you're gonna fall when the stereos pump me.
I still haven't thought of a song for Wednesday yet, or even a day title, but it's coming. My cup of Joe for today is that the Kings played a hell of a game last night. You know, I'll give them some props. I'll give them a little bit of respect. Although the Rockets were able to come off to a lead in the beginning, the Kings didn't let them overwhelm them or let the lead get too out of hand or anything like that. So good for the Kings. They played good enough defense to be able to come back at the end of the game. So great on the Kings. Guys were able to come off the bench, score some decent points. Not a lot of guys off the bench, but a couple guys. Even Jay Crowder got 12 minutes. He didn't score, but found that kind of interesting. But overall, all in all, the Kings scored a decent amount of points, and they played a good enough amount of defense to hold this young, strong Houston Rockets team away for a victory. That's my cup of Joe. Black, one creamer. Give you some quick stats. And so they were calling this a NBA Cup game, although I don't think the Kings are in any kind of contention for anything in the NBA Cup. Although they are 1 and 3 in the cup, I want to say now. But as I said, the Kings, first quarter, the Rockets were in the lead by 7 points. The Kings weren't having it, came back in the halftime. Third quarter, they had a very nice, explosive third quarter, which I would like to see this more often. Sometimes Kings struggle in the third quarters, and that's when they a lot of times lose their leads, especially last year. That was happening a lot. I'd like to see them come out of half times and do things like this a little more often. 42 points in the third quarter. I like that. So, even though the Rockets made their push in the end and scored a few more points than the Kings, they were not able to overcome the Kings in the end. And for the Rockets, Jalen Green had a big 28 points. Alperen Sengun had 24. Tari Eason was 16. Fred VanVleet pitched in 13 points. Assists, there wasn't a whole lot of passing for the Rockets. Their center, Alperen Sengun, had the most assists with 6. Jalen Green had 3. Tari Eason had 12 big rebounds off the bench, mind you. And for the Sacramento Kings, DeMontis Sabonis with 27 big points. De'Aaron Fox with 22 points. The other guys pitched in. Malik Monk started another game with 17 points. Keegan Murray with 13 points. I think it was a great idea to go ahead and start Malik Monk. I mean, he's one of your top 3 scorers. You might as well do it. Somebody else could come off the bench and be your microwave, be your spark plug. But Malik Monk is a starter, in my opinion. A couple guys were able to come off the bench and contribute. Kevin Herter had a big 13. Isaac Jones had a big 12, which is great contributions from those guys. Not sure why Jay Crowder didn't score. Kobe Jones, Alex Lynn, Doug McDermott, and Jordan McLaughlin didn't get much playing time. But I'd like to see a few of these guys play a little bit more. I know Jordan McLaughlin has a great 3-pointer. So does Doug McDermott. Let those guys shoot a little bit more than 2 minutes. And Alex Lynn, I know he's more usable than 2 minutes, but Mike Brown keeps a pretty tight rotation most of the time. And team stats, Kings shot 51% from the field, Rockets 44, 3-point range. Kings went 46, which is great for the Kings. A bounce back from some of the previous shooting they've been having. Rockets had 35 points. They hit about the same amount of threes, which was 14. Free throws, Kings didn't shoot that great, 60%. Rockets at 71%. But the Rockets only shot 3 more free throws than the Kings, or hit 3 more free throws than the Kings. Total rebounds, Rockets had 53, Kings had 34, which is kind of interesting. Kings were passing the ball around. Rockets had 14 assists. Kings had 33, which is an interesting number because that's, what is that? Like 19 more assists than the Rockets. That's a lot. And the Kings had 8 blocks. Interesting stat. Kings also had about 20 more points in the paint down low than the Rockets, which is all a recipe for a win for the Kings. Let's hear what De'Aaron Fox thought about the game.
2 points, 7 and 6 for you. This game changed though in the second quarter. What happened there that really fueled you and got you guys going with about 4 minutes to go in that second, man?
I don't know what you're talking about. No, I mean, with this team is probably one of the best teams in the league right now. And a big part of that is their physicality. So you have to come in here, you have to match their physicality. If you don't, they're going to come in your building, they're going to run over you. So I think he did a good job, much better job than in the past, matching their physicality in that.
Fox, how going in this game, how important was the win for you guys to get tonight?
I mean, every game is the same for us, especially in this conference. You fall behind, and you look at the end of the year, and you could have 44, 45, 46, 47 wins, and see that you're not even in the play-in hunt. So, you don't want to drop behind in this conference, and we know that we have to build off of this.
Malik Monk gets his second start as a Sacramento King. What does he bring to this starting lineup?
I mean, he brings more versatility for us. Obviously, another guy that can really play make, that can put the ball in the basket. And I think he's been better for us defensively this year. So as a team, we know that we have to be better defensively, but it lets you get in the groove a lot earlier.
Hey, Darren, final question, man, before we let you go. Is this the blueprint how Sacramento Kings basketball wants to play night in and night out?
I mean, you have to be able to come in and be physical every game that you play. Obviously, we went up against a team that's extremely physical, and like I said, we were able to match that tonight. If we can do that night in and night out, that gives you a great chance to win the little things. Offensive rebounds. Obviously, you want to play physical without fouling. Make them turn the ball over. If you can win that battle, you have a great chance to win. And I think even against San Antonio, we won the battle of the little things, but we weren't good with our 3-point defense. And I think we're good at that tonight. So if you're able to do those things put together, you give yourself a chance.
Talking about that, Darren. Congrats on the win, man. We'll see you Thursday in Memphis. Yep. All right, Darren Fox right there, 120-111 is your final score. Time to light the beam, which is brought to you by Northwest Exteriors. Fox right there, 120-111 is your final score. Time to light the beam, which is brought to you by Northwest Exteriors. Simply the best.
Yeah, Malik Monk got to light the beam.
Well-deserved win for your squad. Malik Monk lighting the beam.
Eye test. We're going to take an eye test. All right. King's eye test.
And Shepard makes his way at the 14th foul against Houston. They go right back to the ball and take Brooks. Not very strong hand. He put Brooks in the weight room.
So at this point of the game, about last thirds of the second quarter, Kings were down. But they were fighting their way back. We got Jalen Green shooting guns at us. Ooh. Jalen Green's three-pointers looking better and better every year. He's looking like a version of Anthony Edwards. De'Aaron's shot has been looking a lot better recently. There's no doubt that De'Aaron got midi game. He has midi game. And his three-pointer has been hitting for him lately. We might have two of the best midi game players in the league, honestly. Good to see Keegan Murray hitting his three.
Really into the ball handler, Van Fleet. They corral him on the baseline. One more. Green was on the early. And stays hot to start the third.
Green. What a pass by Malik Monk. I like the little up fake spin around the defender pass. Ooh, that DeRozan jumper, midi jumper is the truth. Wow, Malik Monk out there hitting. I'm not mad at him. Murray hitting. Malik Monk has that shot where you're like, no. Yes. It's a good shot. Good shot. All right, let's get to the fourth quarter now. So this is 3 minutes left. The Kings are already dominating at this point. Let's go back a little bit. So pretty much most of the fourth quarter, the Kings were winning. They were up by about 14 at the top of the fourth. And Houston made their push. But as you can see, around 5 minutes left in the game, they were not able to score very many points, which I will attribute to the Kings defense. And with 3 minutes left, the Kings were up by 13. When you're up by that much at the end of the game, all you have to do is really just play defense.
Action knocked it down. His first shot of the game.
Down to the Bluff City. Memphis. The Grindhouse and take on the ever-improving Memphis Grizzlies team.
And at this point, they've basically taken their starters out, both sides. As the Kings were very dominant in that fourth quarter. Bottom line, the Kings morning after. Bottom line. Today's bottom line is, for me, my bottom line is that great win for the Kings. I feel like Mike Brown is still playing with the lineups. He's trying to find that perfect lineup. This lineup was great. The way he worked this was great. Not sure why Crowder is not getting much time. Some of the bench guys I feel like should get a little bit more time, give these starters a few more breathers throughout the game, especially at the end of games, which I did see McLaughlin in at the end of the game, which wasn't even really giving a breather to Fox. I think at that point, he just took Fox out the game so he wouldn't get hurt because the game was well at hand at that point by about 13, 14-point lead. But Kings just need to play like this. Keep playing like this. I mean, they can play like this against every team and hold it down with good defense at the end of the game. You know, they'll be able to string some victories together. And I think that's what's important. The Kings kind of dug themselves a hole. I mean, all the way down to 12th place. They're damn near last place. They're closer to last place than they are to first place. So they need to string some victories together. They need to go on a win streak. They need to get 2, 3, 4 wins in a row uh, uh, at a time to get back to dig themselves out of this. You know, a 5-game win streak, that would be great. 10-game win streak, that would be miraculous. I would love to see that. But that's kind of what the Kings need at this point. That's my bottom line. Next up, the Sacramento Kings will be playing at home versus the San Antonio Spurs on Sunday, December. Scratch all that. Tuesday was yesterday. Was Tuesday. The Sacramento Kings will be in Memphis playing the Grizzlies on Thursday, December 5th at 5 p.m. our time, West Pacific time. Be there or be square and check out and subscribe so you can check out my video analysis the day after, where I have a cup of Joe and I analyze the game. All right, and the Memphis Grizzlies, as we all know, are led by the very talented and young Ja Morant, who is basically the turbo thruster behind this engine. Recently, he said he's not going to dunk anymore. He doesn't want to burn himself out. But they also have Yuki Kawamura, Zach Edey, Desmond Bain, Santi Aldama, Marcus Smart, Jaren Jackson Jr., Jalen Wells, Jay Huff, Scottie Pippen Jr., to name a few. This roster is not a roster full of big name guys. There's a lot of foreign players on this team. Zach Edey is a new guy. He's a rookie. He's a great He's a great acquisition for this team. Ja Morant is back from his suspensions and things he was going through last year, and the team is playing very well. For a team with nobodies, a team full of guys that you don't really know, this team is one of the better teams in the Western Conference. And currently they're fourth place, 14-8. So this is a good team. Sacramento Kings are going to have to go on the road and play well to defeat this team. Betting lines. I don't have the Kings betting lines tonight, but if you want to do some sports betting, visit the link below in the description. It goes to Bet Us. Bet Us. That's what I use to do my sports betting when I want to bet Kings or bet fights. I go to Bet Us. Use the link in the description. It helps out the channel. Thank you. And if you're watching this far, I ask that you please go ahead and like the video. Why not? Like the video, subscribe as well. If you like hearing Kings talk, Kings analysis, basketball talk in general, go ahead and click that like button and subscribe. We're a new channel. We don't have a ton of subscribers yet, but we're trying to grow. We're trying to build that so I can give you guys some more fun, entertaining things. So like, subscribe, share the content as well. Post it on whatever channel you want. We don't care. Say this is the new Kings guy talking sports, or say whatever you want. You can say, look at this idiot talking about the Kings. Whatever you want. It doesn't matter. We just trying to bring eyes to the channel. And make a comment. Comment on how the Kings are doing. Comment on how I'm doing. Comment on anything. Comment on the weather. I don't care. And I have a motivational quote for you guys. I like this quote. This is a persistence type quote. And it goes like this. Don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you've accomplished your goal. That's pretty good. Or don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you're done. It's a pretty good quote. You know, it's all about staying on task, you know, getting things done, you know, not saving things for another day. Get it done. But that's pretty much all that I have for you guys today. I want to say I really appreciate you joining my video. I also want to say thanks for watching this far. Once again, please like, share, and subscribe. Make a comment as well. I'd like to hear from you. If you comment before I make the next video, I'll put your comment on the next video. And I just want to say, come back the day after the next Kings game for another episode of The Kings Morning After. Midday Cup of Joe with Jay. Thanks for joining me. Come back for the next one, and I'm out. But before you go, check out my moves. It's good.